already own all my masters. I own all my publishing. I do all my own videos. I do every edit on all the videos. We have our own in-house producers. We already have our own people. It's not nothing I really need, so it's like a label coming to me and telling me, can do this and that for you. Yeah, you know, y'all might could help with some sort of distribution, but what? I don't need nothing from y'all.
They took every single avenue away from me. They took the playlisting away from me. They took every single thing they could take away from me. And you know what I said, bro? I sat there, I said, you know what? This isn't on me. This isn't a me thing no more. This isn't a Tory versus the world. This isn't that. You know what I did? I immediately went to praying. When it's over. No more middleman. All y'all artists out there, fuck your label. Fuck the nigga that's telling you, yo, you gotta wait for this day on Spotify and on this. Fuck that. Nigga, it's over. Y'all gonna get paid, and your fans gonna get paid, and they gonna keep coming to you. Why? Because y'all making money together.
Alright, peace, y'all. Peace. So, I told y'all I was gonna try to focus mainly on the newer artists. And the first artist I want to point out is Tory Lanez. Now, Tory Lanez is pretty much, you know, I'm not going to get into the case, but he's pretty much in hot water with the higher ups. All right. Now, we all know every single artist, you know, that is played in mainstream media or on the radio, whatever, they all are part of some group, right? So, you know, we're gonna skip that part. But, you know, when you go against these people, you know, you make it really bad for yourself, especially if you made, you know, obligations to them. All right. So Tory Lanez was born Daystar Peterson on July 27th, 1992, in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. All right. But he later on moved to Miami, Florida with his mom and his dad. And later on, his mom actually passed away. So it was just him and his pops. All right. Now, in 2006, he was sent to live with his cousin in South Jamaica, Queens. And during this time, this is where he actually learned how to do music. All right. But a year later, all right, he dropped out of high school at the age of 15 and began to roam the streets. All right. During this time, he actually ended up homeless. All right. Trying to find his way. So from the age 15 to 18, he was out on the streets just, you know, doing music here and there. You know what I'm saying? But in 2010 is when he turned 18 and got his first shot with the artist Sean Kingston. All right. Now, Sean Kingston had actually heard, you know, one of his freestyles over the Beamer Benz and Bentley beat. All right. Now, Sean Kingston took a liking to Tory and basically signed him to his own label, you know, which was Time Is Money at the time. But that didn't go nowhere. All right. Only thing that, you know, Tory actually did was network and make connections with a lot of people at Interscope. All right. Sean Kingston was on Interscope at this time. You know, he introduced him to Justin Bieber. You know what I'm saying? He got cool with Justin Bieber. So, you know, he was rubbing shoulders with a lot of people in the industry, especially at Interscope. All right. Now, after, you know, the Time Is Money deal with Sean Kingston didn't work out, he went and did his independent thing. All right. And released a number of indie mixtapes on his own. All right. Now, during this time, I believe he was living with Sean Kingston. So, you know, it's been noted that he was doing a lot of songwriting for a lot of artists as well. So maybe this was how he was, you know, affording to pay for his music career at the time. You get what I'm saying? Now, from this, he would go on to change his style actually from rapping to singing. All right. Now, this helped his career blossom. Whoever gave him the idea to come up with this style, it actually worked for him. All right. He catered more to the ladies, which, you know, put him, you know, on the charts. All right. Especially in Billboard, when in 2015 he got notoriety from his song Say It. All right. Which actually hit number 23 on Billboard Hot 100. All right. Now, you know, like I said, he was rubbing shoulders with a lot of people in the industry at this time. So maybe, hanging around people like Sean Kingston, Justin Bieber, Akon. A lot of these guys told him like, yo, go with the sing song flow, you know what I'm saying? And it worked for him. All right, now Tory would actually go on, to finish his career with Interscope. But a lot of his songs were like mainly freestyles, not too much in album format. But he would go on to like, go gold on Interscope as well. All right, now it wasn't until 2019 when he actually got frustrated with Interscope, all right? And he went public, all right? Now the whole story of how the beef with the label started, and I truly believe this is where a lot of his troubles is stemming from, all right? When he wanted more support from Interscope, all right? And this was for the album The Chicks Take 5. Now on this album, right, he had nothing but samples from like songs from the 2000s, okay? But I believe that Interscope didn't think this album would do too well, so they didn't want to help him with the budget. All right. On another note, he was also on in a 360 deal. So, if you guys don't know how 360 deals work, they give you a set budget. All right, and if you get a sample that's 500,000 and your budget is only $1 million, you kind of cutting it short there. All right, so
yeah.
So they sampled a record.
Yes,
You're sampling them.
Yes.
So do you have to pay publishing on both songs?
Yes, and yes. I have to. This is why it was so hard to clear. You had to. First of all, when I brought this to the label, they was you're bugging. You're bugging the fuck out. You had to clear the song, wherever the song was actually sampled from, the writers, the artists, the publisher, the label, the soundtrack and movie it came from, the whatever it came from. You had to clear all of those.
How many samples in total did you clear?
I think it was 40 something. 40-something, 16 features. We actually didn't, do this from a monetary standpoint. Right. We did it from a standpoint of like, yo, like I'm losing money doing the album, but what is gonna come out of it, of course,
the
is
body
gonna
of
be
work
incredible.
you're now gonna
And the
have
body,
forever.
exactly.
they left him for dead, and he basically had to pay out of pocket. All right, now this is where that whole rant came from at the beginning of, or I should say, the end of 2019, where he threatened to expose Interscope Records and what goes on in the building. All right. Now you had people in the comments saying, "Yo, chill. I don't want to see you dead." Right. Even Rich the Kid, commented on the post. Right. Like, yo, I'm trying to tell you. So he kind of like in that sense broke the oath. Right. And these people, if they make you into a star, you cannot bite the hand that feeds you, all right? And this is one thing that I truly believe sparked a lot of his problems, okay? It was like he was rebelling against these people in power that put him there, all right? Now, we don't know, what he was going to expose because the post has been deleted from Instagram and he's never mentioned it again, all right? But he, threatened Interscope Records, okay? Now, after he, finished out his obligation, which was for 5 albums for 5 years, right? Which kind of sounds ironic, being that he got 10 years, all right? They let him go, okay? They let him off the label, and he bought his publishing and masters back, all right? And, that kind of raised the red flag, all right, because he was the first new artist to actually do this, all right, out of a 360 deal, all right. There weren't too many people before him that was getting their masters back, especially as new artists, all right. None of these new rappers even knew what the masters was, all right. So, with him doing that and then, going public and taunting a lot of these rappers, I got my masters in my publishing. A lot of y'all dudes is still stuck in contracts, and he kind of influenced a lot of these newer guys to try to look for the same deal, all right, where they can get and own their masters. Now, if y'all didn't know, if all of these rappers follow his lead of getting their masters back, this will put the music business in a slump, right? Because now they don't have any music to license to Target or McDonald's or Sprite, right? Because everyone owns their masters. You can't license something you don't own, right? So with him doing this, right, it kind of, raised the red flag. It was like they was tired of his arrogance at this point, okay? Now, in January 2020, all right, Tory Lanez was invited to go to the Rock Nation brunch along with Megan Thee Stallion, all right? Now, a lot of people would attribute this to the whole situation where his father made a statement saying that it was Rock Nation's fault, that he was being framed, okay? I'll just say that. But in April of 2023, all right, he actually revealed that there was a specific label that he couldn't say, all right, wanted to take full ownership of his works and offered him life-changing offers, all right, but he didn't care. Now, he's made statements in a lot of his songs, if you don't send 100 million, it's disrespect.
And any label offer under 100 mil is just offensive, I promise.
All right, so a lot of these people that, were offering him money, like I said, it's like smiting these people that put you in power. He was ran by the machine, okay? He was ran by the machine, all right? Now, like I said, if they created you, all right, and helped you get noticed by the general public, okay, by using the machine, all right, you are obligated to them for life, okay? There are such things as lifetime contracts, all right? Now, this is why you see a lot of these rappers, these old school rappers, they sign a deal, get finished with that deal, and then go get another deal, okay? Because the machine is pushing them. Don't matter which machine. All of these labels are in cahoots, okay? Now, with him refusing to be controlled, okay, they actually put a halt on his career during this time, all right? It was really quick. They cut him off from the radio. It was, it was bad. Mainstream media stopped playing the songs. Radio stopped playing the songs. Blog sites weren't promoting his album. He was complaining about that. This is actually when he started the Quarantine Radio, all right? That actually was a playlist of his songs that he would receive revenue from. So he created his own radio station on Instagram, and people found it to be entertaining, all right? But he was doing that for marketing value, all right? And he made a lot of money doing this, all right? Now, he broke the record of having the most viewers, all right, of 310,000 people in his live at that time, all right? Taylor Swift, he knocked Taylor Swift out the park with that, all right? Now, in July 2020, right, and the industry being basically tired of his arrogance, all right, he made the biggest mistake, all right, by partying with the industry's elite, okay, Kylie Jenner and Meg Thee Stallion, all right? Now, an altercation ensued and Tory was found guilty for shooting Megan Thee Stallion in the foot, all right? Now, I'm just going to give my viewpoints on this, right? With him actually being invited to the Rock Nation brunch and pretty much denying, the offer that, he was given, this was kind of like a slap in the face to them, okay? And, these people, they play chess, okay? They play chess. And I'm going to be honest when I say this. There's a lot of people on Rock Nation, okay, that are pretty much, tied in with, the people. I'll just say that, okay? So, when people are saying that Tory Lanez may have been framed, I truly believe this. Some people are blaming it on the fact that, he dropped the source of putting out an NFT album. Everything he did, as far as with them creating him, all right, he basically bit the hand that fed him, okay? And when you do this, right, it's bigger than money, Okay, these people in these record labels look at all of their artists as expendable. They know how to capitalize off of an artist while they're here, and then when they're done with you, you're expendable. So do I think Tory Lanez deserve this? I mean, if you sign up for it, you know, the consequences are on you. Okay, it's sad what actually happened to him. If you know, because there's a whole bunch of loopholes in it with the security guard going missing. I don't know, but you know, you have to tread lightly with a lot of this stuff, y'all. Especially if you in the business. You know, if you make an obligation to uphold with whatever group or organization, okay, that puts you in the limelight, that makes you famous. I'm not talking about a record label, but a group, okay? You can't go against that, man. You in this, okay, for life. You're stuck in the game. All right. So yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's sad what happened to Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation. But yeah, man, just gotta be extra careful when signing these deals. All right, peace.